Hey Carnage, do you know Candace?
Where'd you move here from, dumb?
Hey everyone, it's shilling time again. So first of all, I got my old Twitter back, so that's gonna be my main from now on.
Do you remember me now?
Can't be. You were killed in Zanzibar.
My main Twitter account is Top Brick Boss, and my alt account is Lone Grips. Follow whichever one you want, I guess. I also have Instagram, that one too. And I have El Patreon, you can give me money. If I get $1,000, I'll post feed pics or something. Oh, by the way, before I forget, I have a new podcast now. The podcast is called A Film Sheet, and you can subscribe and watch our new episodes right now. If you want to see me talk movies with Ellis Mark and Jaden from The Sonic Show, hit the link down below and subscribe. Not convinced yet? Here's one of our funniest moments. Wow, wasn't that moment hilarious? These moments and more on our podcast Film Sheet. Anyways, that's all. Here's the actual YouTube video. Wow, what a great day it is in the Big Apple.
Oh, sorry, I keep popping these balloons. My daughter's birthday's tomorrow. Anyways, your rent payment is due. Also, side note, I think the guy over there might be racist. He keeps eyeballing me weird. White people, am I right?
I know what you mean. I had a couple white motherfucker for the gabagool. You know what I'm saying? I know what you mean, brother.
Tommy, you're Italian.
You know what? This actually really sucks. Note to self, never put autistic people in New York City. What was the punchline for this? I don't even know where I was going with this. Holy shit, it's Venom. Well, that's where I was going with it. Venom. I don't like Venom. Oh, I love the character of Venom. Sure, I adore the character of Venom. But as for the movie, I don't like Venom. In fact, I really don't like Venom. In fact, I really hate Venom. You know what else I hate? The fact that the Venom movies make money.
Hater.
Because that tells Sony Pictures, hey, we want more of this. Then they make Morbius. Then they make Madam Web. Then they make Kraven the Hunter. And look, okay, different strokes for different people. I'm just an opinionated dumbass on the internet. And you know, there are way worse things you could be than a Venom enjoyer. You know, like being racist, for example. That's way worse than enjoying a fake superhero movie. And you know, I'm totally sure the people making this really cared about the product they were making. Citation needed. But Venom is a movie that no matter how many times I've watched it, which is twice, I have to remember there are people who watch this movie like $1 billion worth of times. And I'm sitting here on my couch wondering, what the fuck is the appeal? This is one of the most boring looking, lazily written, poorly acted pieces of shit I've seen. This movie is pre-AI, and yet feels like it was AI generated. And worst of all, ruins an extremely interesting character. And you get to watch me rant about it for however long this video is. So knock, let the devil in so I can get this movie out of my goddamn system. Is what I would say if the movie's first flaw didn't begin before the movie even begins. And that first flaw is that this is a solo Venom movie. It's set in a Spider-Man-less universe. And this is a major red flag because Venom as a character is dependent on Spider-Man existing. I assume you're all nerdy nerds like me, so I won't explain Venom's origins in detail. But if you need it though, there is an amazing resource you can use. Google. The whole arc is that Spider-Man gets the symbiote first and then learns to not get the symbiote anymore. And then Eddie Brock, a character who usually is mad at Spider-Man and wants revenge on him for whatever reason, then gets the symbiote himself and becomes a giant black creature, reflecting what Spider-Man could become if he was emo Peter for the rest of his life. And this is one of the earliest examples of the kind of Todd McFarlane Death of Superman era black suit equals cool kind of era, which is weird because the black suit feels like a deconstruction of that kind of thing. Judging that the cool black suit is a literal alien parasite that makes Peter angrier and more violent. And then turns out when the suit attaches to someone else who is also angry and violent, they turn to a giant scary monster. Oh my god, there is a moral here that's being explored? And this origin of Venom really adds a lot to his character. So the question is, in Venom the movie, what will they do if Spider-Man isn't in it? You know, the whole fucking reason that Venom is Venom? Well, I guess we'll find out as we begin our fucking movie. As a spaceship from from Evil Bad Guy Corp crashes into East Malaysia. Sadly, I have no East Malaysian joke, so hopefully someone can make it for me in the comments. Fuck it, imagine the joke. And then this doctor lady puts this guy in her ambulance and skirts away. But then the guy wakes up and it turns out he's able to venomize everyone. That's my favorite part, when Venom can venomize all over the audience. And now the girl is the Venom, and that's our opening title. Is that meant to be like intriguing or something? You know you're supposed to do this like after something interesting happens, right? Like the moment that makes you go, oh shit, I'm watching Venom. And here you gave me the most generic like alien invasion horror scene ever. But in case you forgot though, this is Venom. And thankfully the weird title drop is quickly explained in the next scene, where for the next 20 minutes the film is relentlessly boring, desperately trying to cobble together some kind of Venom narrative. Sadly, it's all just tropes you've kind of already seen in any other movie. Oh my god, oh holy shit, it's the underwritten female romance. You know, in these modern progressive times, you would think that maybe, just maybe, they wouldn't write a female character straight out of 2000 and goddamn 4. The only thing worse than her writing is the chemistry, which I guess is kind of her writing.
You were perfect.
Oh, thank you, Tom Hardy. I couldn't tell. Please put a giant glowing sign saying you love her next time. So it's established that Tom Hardy loves a woman and rides motorcycles. Loving women, that's haram. That's haram. And now it's established that Eddie Brock is an alternative news reporter. You know, I was gonna make a point here about how Eddie Brock is Alex Jones now, and that's a really weird choice. But it turns out he works for a big news organization. I just forgot that happened. I've seen the movie 2 times now, and I just remembered this scene is a thing. Probably because it's a really boring scene overall, or I'm a bad critic. Either or, probably both. Who knows? Deleting my channel now. We had a good run, everyone. Oh my god, guys, now it's the date night scene, where again, they do something really impressive. They establish a romance without actually establishing a romance, because this whole scene is so goddamn boring. Because these characters have the chemistry, chemical flavoring of water.
This is Monster Energy drink.
And like water, they're only there because the movie needs it. Chemistry means the characters mumble expository dialogue to you, I guess.
Maybe you were running.
But then after PG-13 implications of sex, Eddie Brock then invades his wife's computer and finds confidential information. Information for the company that he's interviewing tomorrow. This company is called the Life Foundation, a foundation that the scriptwriters Googled online once. And I just toss him in the movie, make him not Oscorp, just whatever. Anyway, so Eddie Brock is now interviewing Drake. Carlton Drake, that is, who the writers Googled once. We then see Tom Hardy's amazing acting, which includes a fake New York accent and making noises with his mouth.
You create the Life Foundation.
It doesn't get that much better, by the way.
Rockets.
Then he goes from that to cracking his voice a lot.
About the allegations. It's true, right?
Tom, what's going on, buddy? You know, maybe this is intentional and he's the only one who's in on any kind of joke. Tom Hardy has this weird Bugs Bunny accent in the whole goddamn movie, and he's very, scenery chewy, kind of like Nicolas Cage, kinda. And it's not good at all, but it's the only entertaining thing in the movie. Again, is this like intentional? The rest of the movie isn't like this. What's happening? Anyway, so Eddie Brock starts questioning Drake on the allegations of them killing people.
A lot of fake news out there these days.
Because of this, however, he's escorted out by security and then fired from his job immediately afterwards. And worst of all, now his fiance hates him, not seeing the very obvious corruption going on here. Oh, there's a document of a company murdering people that's on my computer. Time to cancel my marriage because my husband exposed it. Typical women, always shilling for the unethical business practices.
You used me.
For what? To expose that company murdered people? Oh, hey, look, it's the woman from earlier who eats an eel and kills people in an Asian marketplace. She then venomizes this woman, and that's about it. We then cut to science exposition. Wow, so riveting. To the people that actually like this movie, how many of you didn't skip this scene? Cut back to Eddie Brock, who walks into this shop and witnesses a robbery that doesn't actually happen. So it's a way less powerful version of the thing that Spider-Man kinda went through. Wow, that's cute movie. That's not derivative at all. And now Eddie Brock sat in his apartment and does whatever this is. Now we're back to Evil Bad Guy Corp. We have an inmate we're going to venomize. But not before we get this just fucking awful monologue.
Isaac. You know that's a biblical name?
Oh, no.
God said to Abraham, give me your son, show me you were willing to sacrifice.
Wow, this is so deep. They reference the Bible.
I don't know what kind of God would ask that of someone, but doesn't change anything for me.
Isaac is still the hero.
Wow, guys, the 14-year-old they hired from Reddit is going places, dude. And of course, naturally, they venomize him and kill him. Experiment failed, epic fail. Eddie Brock then conveniently just meets this woman at a gas station, who conveniently also wants to expose evil McBad Guy Corporation. And at first says no, but then sees his ex with another dude. So now he's Sigma Malinized, and so he calls her back up. And now it's infiltration time. This is the part where boys become men and Eddie Brocks become Venoms. But along the way, this girl just spouts exposition at Eddie Brock. And you know, I remember back in high school writing a script for English that we had to do, and writing a scene kind of like this because the script was due the next day. So remember, kids, rush your work because you too can make the next Venom. Oh, and Tom Hardy does...
Aliens.
What the fuck is he trying to do? Just to let you know, this scene is shot completely straight, like you're supposed to take the whole thing seriously. But Tom Hardy is just on some next level joke the whole movie nobody else is in on. Nothing signifies that this is a joke. It feels like an outtake. There's no like awkward close-up or anything. It's just weird. What are they doing here? So now Eddie Brock's in a science lab, and he sees his wife, who's not his wife, but he thinks it is, so he breaks her out. Venom jump scare. Eddie Brock then gets venomized by Venom, and now with the Venom unknowingly in his body, he has to escape. So he mirror's edge parkours into the woods and jumps into a tree and hides there. Cut to his apartment where he's doing gross things like eating from the trash. Ew, yucky. This is just a grosser version of that one scene from The Amazing Spider-Man. What a great way to differentiate this Venom from Spider-Man. Ripping off Spider-Man. After all that, we awkwardly hard cut to a science talking scene. Then we awkwardly hard cut back to Venom. Okay, what was the point of this? And now Venom's in this restaurant, telling his ex-fiancée about the Deus Ex conspiracy theory he just found. However, his Venom side starts kicking in and he starts doing weirdo things. I gotta say, you know, Freddy Got Fingered did it better. Hard cut to the doctor's office where Freddy... Oh my god, Eddie, I just realized that. Hard cut to the doctor where Eddie Brock is getting tested for Venom cancer. He then gets just insane backshots from Venom. Holy shit.
I'ma have to dig you down on some gangster shit.
Coming out.
You alright?
Yeah, Doc, but once you go black, you can't go back. By the way, we're halfway into this movie. I was expecting more Venom, or at least more backshots from him.
Really tall tree, but super fast.
Super fast.
By the way, Tom Hardy's been having this Venom Tulpa speak to him.
Never gonna happen.
This tells us, the audience, that the Venom is indeed in his body, giving him backshots. It's like Cortana and Master Chief, you know, the suit shacks him off.
Cortana, I'm getting horny. Play Eminem.
Tom Hardy then goes to his annoying next door neighbor and jump scares him. Hard cut to another talking scene, where I have to apologize to all the fans of that one random girl from earlier, because she gets killed off here. Wow, great. What an amazing character. Oh, and it's off screen too. They just didn't care to film the scene of her dying. But now the anti-Venom police are here to kill Tom Hardy. But then Venom starts taking over his body.
I will take care of this myself.
So he venomizes all of his enemies, and then escapes, but then argues with himself, who is a Venom.
Just a parasite.
Parasite? I'm a CGI creature, fuckwad!
Tom Hardy then gets on a motorbike and we have a motorbike chase scene. And after some scenes we can put into the movie trailer to impress you, Tom Hardy gets cornered, but we finally get our Venom scene. So with 1/3 of the movie left, we finally see the fucking Venom, the name of the movie. And you know what? Wow, this Venom design is really good. I wish it were in a way better movie. You know, I remember some guy in college being like, whoa, dude, this Venom movie is intense. I can't believe they had a Venom bite a dude's head off in this PG-13 movie. And then I saw the movie and it's just so underwhelming. Whoa, dude, crazy. They got away with putting a PG-13 material in a PG-13 movie. So Eddie Brock is washed up now and is talking to Venom, all while barely looking at the superimposed CGI. I guess the disembodied head looks kind of cool here. But the problem is that the scene isn't exactly written well.
You are a loser, Eddie.
Also, again, we are literally an hour into the movie and cool Venom stuff is finally happening. Of course, I use the term cool very, very loosely, but it's cool compared to the absolute time waster that is everything else. So TLDR, Venom goes to the top of this building here, and he breaks into this building and does some shit to further the plot forward, I guess. But thankfully, action scene number 2 is here. Wow, man, can't wait to rewatch this one scene on YouTube. You know, this would be really cool if it happened earlier in the movie, but now the bland love interest is here to see Eddie Brock's dark wolf deep inside of him. And of course, she's scared of his deep, dark anger.
It's inside me.
And in more ways than one. Get on your knees, Eddie! How does that dick feel?
Oh, it feels good, kid.
Does that dick feel good?
Oh, yes, kid! So she makes him go to the hospital, and we get another talking scene of people mumbling to each other. Wow, I'm so invested.
You in pain?
No, I will feel anything I see of her.
So he says sorry to her because it's what happens in a movie like this. Then this random little girl walks into this laboratory and venomizes the bad guy for no reason. Meanwhile, Tom Hardy chokes out the doctor and venomizes him. But thankfully, Tom Hardy is de-venomized and gets the worst ADR possible as a result.
We're done.
Venom then escapes and venomizes Tom Hardy's girlfriend through a dog, while Tom Hardy gets kidnapped and put into a chair. The bad guy, who is also a Venom they looked up once, then jump scares Eddie Brock. After that scene, Eddie Brock is taken to the woods, but then female Venom with boobs pops out, and I swear to God, there is a Venom makeout scene. What the fuck? Why is there a scene where the Venom has the mouth sex with Tom Hardy? Whose idea was it to have Venom with a boob? What kind of creative choice was this? Venom lovers, please defend this scene, please.
The nigga was too stunned to speak.
So the Venom is now back in Tom Hardy's body, and the bland girlfriend is left behind so Venom can go stop a rocket or something, whatever the movie explained the bad guy is doing. Welcome to bland superhero movie. The bad guy has a weapon that involves the sky somehow.
Y'all, I'm with the Suicide Squad.
Except Venom isn't a hero. Oh, by the way, that's another thing. Venom is obviously not a superhero. Sometimes he's an anti-hero, but he's usually either that or a supervillain first and foremost. And it's not like the movie doesn't know that either, by the way. The movie marketed itself as, oh, this is a bad guy movie. We don't need superheroes anymore. It's very, you know, Shadow the Hedgehog, or what was that one game? Surge of Derberus. Now, I'm gonna be honest, most edgy spin-offs really fucking suck. In fact, here's all the good ones I could think of. The bar isn't exactly high, and it's nice to know that Venom doesn't even try at all, because in spite of both the marketing and the character, the film just resorts to being a generic superhero movie in the end. And what I can only assume is a vain attempt to get the audience to like Venom, I guess. But like, why did they need to do that outside of pure money? The film could have been more interesting if it were about a guy becoming a villain, a guy becoming more and more angry and a parasite taking over and consuming and manipulating that anger. That there, a story about holding on to grudges, would be a super interesting idea to explore. That is what the original character of Venom was, and that's what made him interesting. Even without Spider-Man, this movie is still a massive misfire. This movie is a more bafflingly written, horribly directed version of a generic MCU movie. It's just Venom is the character they chose to cosplay as this time. This movie is so completely soulless, literally only made to create a cinematic universe, and it really fucking shows. What I'm saying is this movie sucks dick, like I'm always doing in this whole goddamn thing. Anyway, so we get Venom and Eddie yapping together. Again, very in character of Venom wanting to stop the bad guy from doing bad things. What was Venom's original character again? Oh yeah, he really hates Spider-Man.
On my planet, I am kind of a loser. Like you.
Also very in character of the symbiote to use words like loser. Was the target audience of this movie 13-year-olds? I know for a fact it wouldn't have worked on me and my nostalgia critic watching ass. At least have them use the word outcasted or something. Why loser? Cut back to the bad guy who is so evil that he kills everyone in the office for no reason. And now it's time for the heavily CGI'd final battle.
Oh, fuck it.
My name is Kane. I am your bitch.
You guys ready for an overly dark CGI cutscene? And I don't mean tonally, I mean literally. I can't see a fucking thing. We do, however, get one cool shot in this thing, bumping up my letterbox score from half a star to 1 star. Oh no, Venom is dying and the bad guy's gonna get the rocket. Oh, thank God, he used the power of
Eminem's music
to heal himself. But thankfully, Venom blows up the rocket and we awkwardly fade to the next scene. Okay, what the fuck? Now Eddie Brock is talking to his ex-fiance like nothing happened in the past scene. He then walks away because he's a Sigma male who don't need no woman, honestly based. Then we get the laziest Stan Lee cameo I've ever seen.
Don't give up on her. Either of you.
And that's the whole thing. Rest in peace, my dog. You deserve better, my guy. Then Eddie Brock saw, like, we only eat bad people because we're a superhero now. We can't be too unlikable in this movie about a supervillain. Oh my God, it's the funny scene from the trailer where Venom interrogates the guy and calls him a poo-poo in the wind. Way to spoil the fucking movie, you goddamn dumbasses. I guess overall that's the end of the movie. Yeah, it just kind of ends there pretty much. But there is the after credits scene with Carnage, which... And that's Venom, the most soulless movie ever made, or at least one of them. Literally, I will never understand why these movies are successful at all. Is it just because of Venom? Well, great, now I know that it's the audience's fault, you dumbasses. There is nothing fun or special or good about it. The writing sucks, the action is generic, 2/3 of the movie are fucking boring.
That shit stank, don't it?
The movie has no clue if it wants to be pseudo-dark and bland or a funny MCU comedy, and that's on top of the film just being out of character for Venom by mere existence. And look, again, to each their own and all, but I will never understand the appeal of this movie. I've heard random people on my letterbox say, oh, it's just a popcorn movie, Dumsy. They're fine popcorn movies. Spider-Man No Way Home was a fun popcorn movie. It's not some genius art house movie, but it's fun and has some good emotional beats. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, those are fun popcorn movies. They're easy to follow, extremely corny and goofy, and people love those. My second favorite movie ever, Scott Pilgrim, is a quirky comic book popcorn movie. By the time I finish my fucking popcorn during Venom, I still have 45 minutes before something popcorn worthy happens. It's not just that Venom is shit at being a Venom movie because it has next to nothing to do with Venom the character, but it's also just a goddamn unenjoyable waste of time. The movie sucks. It never excels at anything and is derivative in everything else. In other words, this movie sucks donkey ass angry video game nerd style Gangnam Style. Anyways, I'm Dumbsville, reminding you that art is dead and AI might take over one day.
Fuck you in the lanes you came with. Me and you ain't on the same shit. You ain't in my lane, bitch. Nah, throw that shit in fifth. Rollie on my wrist. Ay, baby, you a star. I'm my only wish. I'm counting blue honeys. I'm too money. Ay, and my little bitch, she too lovely. Yeah, hanging up and calling me right back. Ay, baby, why you calling me like that? Yeah, getting high with the seat, lay back. Baby, gon' relax, yeah. Hey, they don't know the half, yeah. No matter what happened, I got your back. Baby, that's the facts, yeah. That's the facts, yeah. Yeah, we can fight, but the feeling's gone. I try to find the words, but they never come. I can still see you on the lawn. Hey, laying outside in the summer sun. Yeah, we can fight, but the feeling's gone. I try to find the words, but they never come. I can still see you on the lawn, hey, laying outside in the summer sun. Hey, I'm with a dark-skinned girl on a Sunday, that's that Black Sabbath. She put them ones all down on a Hyundai, and she had to have it. Baby, that's the facts, yeah, that's the facts, yeah.
He's inside me.
And in more ways than one. Get on your knees, Eddie! How does that dick feel, Eddie?
Oh, it feels good.
How does that dick feel?
Oh, it feels good, kid.
Does that dick feel good?
Oh, yes, kid.
Does that dick feel good?
Yes, kid.
You don't deserve my nuts! You don't deserve my nuts!
Yeah, I'm trying to sell carpet bombs. Oh my god, Jesus Christ! Big milkers, big milkers! Ew, are you reading Ayn Rand? Big milkers, I can't even fucking read this. Ew, you graduated from community college. Get the fuck out of here, little bitch. Oh, I should have made a 5-hour video essay on BioShock. Oh, wait a minute, I'm white! Oh my god, for the last fucking time!
BioShock is indeed evidence that video games are a form of art. It is a satire of Ayn Rand's work, specifically Atlas Shrugged. It is a video game about consumer capitalism and how objectivism can